Okay, good evening, everyone. This is GP here from Career Launcher, and I'm starting a new series today. And what are we going to do? We are going to do DILR and the Jugaad methods. What is Jugaad method? I'll discuss that. But before we start the session, let me share my PPT, and then we can take it forward from there. And if there are any questions, any doubts, make sure you keep sharing that with me. Okay, so let me share my screen first. I'll share the entire screen so that it becomes easy for all of us. Okay. Shruti, if you can confirm that the screen is visible. Okay. Let me see. Let me check the YouTube to confirm that the screen is visible. Okay. Now I am on full screen, so I'll not be able to get your questions. So I'll have to pick them up from the YouTube. I'll do that. Shruti, it seems my screen is not visible as yet. If you can confirm. Great. Yes, it is visible now. So great. So let's get started now. Okay. Now, what are we going to do here? As I said, we'll do DILR, but before we start, just a quick look at the CAT paper, something that all of you know. I'm just reiterating it just to make sure if there's anyone who does not aware will be able to understand this part. Last year CAT, this is CAT 2025. CAT 2025 had total of 68 questions, 3 sections of 40 minutes each. First section was VRC, second was DILR, and third is QA. And today we are going to be, or rather, the series about this middle section, the second section, which is DILR. Okay, this is what we are going to be talking about. The idea is to look at not the conventional way. Most of the way most people solve is not what we are going to do. We are going to look at alternate ways of solving it. Okay, which is what and this name Jugaad is something which students have given. So we started calling it Jugaad. Okay, and now before we start, the second thing which I want you to look at is this part. If you look at this paper of CAT 24, CAT 24 had 22 questions of 3 marks each. Okay, so this is 66 marks paper. CAT 23, 22, and 21 had 20 questions of 20 questions each. So these were 60 marks paper. Okay, and CAT 2020 had 24 questions. So this was 24 into 3, 72 marks paper. Now, what I want you to do is look at this number. 99 percentile. Where is 99 percentile? 99% in 2020 to 2024 is as low as let's say 47-48% to as high as something like 55%. So if you are able to get 40, say roughly 50% marks, you will be somewhere around 99 percentile. What is 50% in CAT 2020? It was 36 marks. 30 marks would have been 99 would be in 2020. So 30 marks would be somewhere around 97 percentile. In CAT 2022, 30 marks would have been 99 percentile. In CAT 23, 30 marks would have been almost 99.5 percentile. And last year, which is CAT 24, 30 marks would have been something like a 97 percentile. So if you are able to get 57% marks, by and large, you will end up anything between 97 percentile to 99.5 percentile. Okay. Now, what this means is you need to choose the right sets to attempt. Okay. Now, that is one part of the story which we'll talk about in some other session. Our focus is not on which sets to attempt. Once you have chosen the set to attempt, how do you go about doing it? And that is what we'll be looking at. And this is what the Jugaad is. So, what is Jugaad? What is Jugaad is a question which comes very often. First of all, it's a problem-solving approach. It's an approach towards solving questions. Okay. Yeah, and what does Jugaad do? It makes use of all available information. Okay. Now, what do I mean by all available? I'm sure many students will say, but वो तो सब कहते हैं जो पूरा information को use किया जाता है नहीं. Most students don't use all available information. Most students end up using only the information which is given in the data set, in the table. But what about the question and choices? That is something most people ignore or don't not even aware should be used. And that is what we will be looking at in addition to this. Jugaad focuses on solving questions and not on filling up the table. One of the biggest problems I find in students is They don't look at the question. If you don't look at the questions, you miss out on critical information. And not only that, you are not clear about what to solve for. It is extremely important that you understand what you are supposed to solve for. Only when you are clear about the things that you should be solving, only then you will focus on what is the requirement, and hence your focus will not be on filling up the table. So please remember, you have to focus on solving the questions, and you should not be focusing on filling up the table. Okay? This is something which is important. And yes, you have to use all available information, including the information given in the questions. Okay? And just a very simple example, if I have to give you, what do I mean by that? There, let's say there are 6 friends, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay? And the data talks about these 6 friends belong to different cities, different colleges, etc., etc. Okay? And the question says, who belongs to Delhi? Who is from Delhi? And the answer choices are A, B, C, D. Now this is giving me additional information. This is telling me E and F are not from Delhi. And that is an information which I can use to fill up my table. So this is what I mean, that you have to use all available information and not restrict yourself only to the information given in the initial data set. Okay. Now, how do you go about solving a DI set? This is what I would look at. This is the framework that we use. DILR, D for decipher, I for identify, L for layout, and R for resolve. What do I mean by this? Now, look at typical data set. You have some background information given, which is the clues, and you have 5 questions or 4 questions or 6 questions given to you. What is the first thing you need to do? You need to understand the basic background information completely, and that is what we said decipher. So your job is to decipher what is the basic information given. Have you understood it or not is the critical thing out here. So when you're looking at going through the initial information, you're trying to understand, okay, what all is it saying? Do I understand what it is saying or not? If not, I'll go through it maybe, or if I don't understand it at all, maybe it's something I should not be doing at all. Then we come to identify. Identify information in the questions. Okay. So when you're talking about I is here. So while decipher the information, decipher the data given, decipher the basic background information given, and then identify the additional information in the questions. Okay. And then you go for the layout. That means what table you have to create. You have to create a table or do something else. How are you going to tabulate the data? So layout is very, very important. And if you are not going to lay out properly, if you not tabulate the data properly, you will end up confusing yourself. Secondly, many times I find that when you're making a table, people try to unnecessarily economize. नहीं यार इतना बड़ा टेबल क्यों बनाना है? बना लो यार, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? कागज घर थोड़ा लेके जाना है तुम्हें. So make that table, put all the information and don't put extra information, but don't economize on the information just to save space or time. Put that extra information, no issues at all. And then resolution obviously means solving. Okay? So you decipher the information, background data or the background information. You understand or you identify the additional information in the questions, which will also tell you what are you supposed to solve for. Then you tabulate the data properly, and then you go towards solving the question. Unfortunately, what we find that most of the students, what they do is they try to decipher and go straight to resolution. Most of the students tend to forget about the I and L part completely. They start from D, go straight to R, and which is a very stupid way of doing it. It is D, I, L, and then R. Please don't start with the resolution part, is my request to you. Okay. Now, let me explain this with the help of this data set, which is from CAT 22, slot C. And here I'll show you all the things which I've talked about. Okay. I have talked about the fact that you have to use all available information. We'll talk about how. I'll show you that your focus has to be on solving the questions and how do we go about doing it. And that the focus should not be on filling up the table and this again. So all these 3 aspects are something which I'll be able to exhibit. And then in the series that I've started today and which we'll be doing every Thursday, I'm going to look at solving one data set of CAT every Thursday. Again, these are all old CAT data sets. Primarily, I'm looking at CAT 72-23 data sets, and we'll keep doing it hopefully till CAT. Okay. Okay. Any questions, anyone? I don't see any questions from anyone, so I presume everything is fine. सबको कुछ समझ आ रहा है? तो perfectly fine. चलो आगे चलते हैं. Okay. I am going to give you a couple of minutes to read the questions. Not couple of minutes, just okay. थोड़ा सा time with. एक काम करते हैं ना, साथ साथ पढ़ते हैं. चलो. I think that is going to be faster. Highlighter. Okay. So let's look at the information given. This is a data set from CAT 2022 slot 3. All the first year students of computer science department in a university take both the courses AI and ML. Okay. So they take both courses AI and ML. Students from other departments, which is the non-CS students, can also take one of the two courses. So what we have understood, if you are from computer science, you have to do both AI and ML. If you are not from computer science, you will do either AI or ML because it says one of the two courses, but not both. Students who fail in a grade course get F grade. Others pass and are given A, B, or C grade. So passing grade is A, B, C, and F is the failing grade, depending on their performance. The following are the additional facts given about the number of students who took these two courses this year and the grades they obtained. Okay. So what have we understood so far? What we have understood so far is there are computer science students and non-computer science students. Okay. And they have computer science students has to take both AI as well as ML as a course, while non-computer science will take either AI or ML but not both. Okay, so this is what we have understood. In addition to that, they are based on the performance they'll get certain grades. The grades can be A, B, C, or F, and similarly for non-computer science also A, B, C, or F. So what is this telling me? In a way, when I'm looking at this data, it is telling me maybe there's a kind of tabulation of data or there's the layouting that I will have to do. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, I will not go through these 8 statements at this point of time because I'm just trying to understand the information, but I'll quickly glance through the numbers. Okay. And when I'm looking at this data, what is it that I can see? Ratio. Second statement, nothing. Third statement, again, no numbers. Fourth statement, 50%. 3:2. Okay. Okay. Again, no numbers. Ratios. One number. Ratios. Okay. Now, what is this telling me? This data is full of ratios and there's only one number that I've been able to pick up. I have not gone through all the statement. Maybe some number has been written in word form, like this is 3030. Maybe somewhere it is written THIRTY. But what this is telling me, this data is full of ratios and very few numbers are given. What is the implication for me? The implication for me is this will mean because if this data is given, they will want me to calculate how many students are in AI, how many in ML, how many computer science and others, how many got which grade. That is going to be calculation. That means I can do it. I will have to form equations. What makes me think I will have to form equations? Because only the ratios are given and I can see only one number given out here. So only one number, everything else is a ratio. So this clearly means that this is likely to be calculation oriented. So that's a small negative. So when I say use all information, this is a part of the information. दिख रहा है ना इसके अंदर in this that there is hardly any number and mostly ratios. So this will be calculation oriented. Okay. Now let's look at the questions. How many students took AI? This has got definite answers. Whenever a question has definite answers in this kind of a paper, I will be able to use hopefully some of the information for myself. Okay. Question 2 and question 3 do not have any choices. These are theta. So this tells me this is solvable. Question 1, 2, 3 are telling me you should be able to solve the table completely. How many students took AI? There's a definite answer. Question 2 and 3 again, theta, definite answer. How many CS students failed in ML? How many non-CS students failed, got A grade in ML? How many students got A grade in AI? Again, definite answer. And fifth, how many non-CS students got B grade in ML? Again, the definite answer. So what this is telling me, while the data is full of ratios, but the questions are telling me that this is a solvable set. You should be able to solve the question table completely is what the information I have received. Okay. Okay. Great. If this is fine, we'll move further. Okay. Now we understand this data, and we are also clear when you're looking at the question that it says how many students took AI. That is one question I need to find. How many CS students failed in ML? How many non-CS students got a A grade in ML? How many students got a A grade in AI? How many non-CS students got a B grade in ML? Now, what am I going to do when I'm solving the data set? These are the areas that I will focus on. So when I said you focus on solving the question, not filling up the table, that means while you start filling up the table, be on the lookout for the requirement of the question, and whenever you get an opportunity, answer the question and keep moving on. Don't look at filling up the table and then going to the questions. It has to be iterative back and forth process. Okay. Now let's get down to solving the set. Okay. So this is what we have. Now, this is the kind of table we need to create. Okay. I hope this is fine, that the table is perfectly fine. So the data set said we have computer science students and non-computer science students. A computer science student has to take both AI and ML, while a non-computer science student will take either AI or ML. Non-computer science students cannot take both. Okay. And then when I looked at the question, it said how many students took AI. That means we need total also. How many CS, non-CS, how many students got A grade in AI? A grade in AI will be again a total. Similarly out here. So the data was telling me that you should not look at only computer science, non-computer science, but you should look at this total wala table also. And hence that's the way I constructed the table for myself. Okay, great. Okay, now let's get started with this thing. Let's go through the data. Now go through this thing. Now, excuse me. Now through this part, the only thing we had out here was computer science, non-computer science. Computer science students have to take both AI and ML. Non-computer science students will take either AI or ML. F is fail. A, B, C are passing grades. Okay. Now let's start putting in the data. Statement 1. Should we start with the data? Or I have missed out on something? Just think. I have missed out on what are the questions, what is it that we need to solve. So that is what you should be starting with. So question 1 says, how many students took AI? How many students took AI? This is the number that I need to fill up. So this is, I am highlighting what is it that I should be finding out. Okay. What this will do is it will help me save time and not unnecessarily calculate what is not required. How many CS students failed in ML? How many computer science students failed in ML? So this is the second thing that we need to find out. How many non-CS students got a A grade in ML? Non-CS students getting A grade in ML. Okay. How many non-CS students got a grade in ML is the third thing that we need to find out. Question 4. How many students got A grade in AI? How many students got A grade in AI? That is this number. Okay. How many students got A grade in AI? Question 5. How many non-CS students got B grade in ML? B grade in ML non-CS. This is the one. So what I've highlighted in yellow is what we need to focus on, which means anything else, if I don't calculate, it should not matter. I should calculate only those things which are required to answer these particular cells which I have highlighted in yellow. Okay. Chalo, ab chalte hain aage. Question 1, statement 1. The number of non-CS students who took AI and ML were in the ratio of 2:5. Non-CS students who took AI and ML were in the ratio of 2:5. So non-CS would be, if I say this is 2x, this should be 5x, and there should be a total of 7x students. Non-CS students who took AI is 2x. Non-CS students who took ML is 5x. Total obviously becomes 7x. Okay. Statement 2. The number of non-CS students who took either AI or ML, what is that number? 7x. The number of non-CS students who have taken either AI or ML is nothing but the total number of non-CS students. Because every student has to take exactly one of the two, was equal to the number of CS students. So the total number of CS students is also 7x. So how many CS students took AI? 7x. How many CS students took ML? 7x. So what is the total number of students who have taken AI? It is going to be 9x. And this is 7 and 5, 12x. Perfectly fine, I hope. Now, please remember, we needed to find this. What is this? Total number of students who took AI, which is statement number 1. क्या बताता है ये? The total number of students who took AI is 9x. Does it not mean it has to be a multiple of 9? The total number of students who have taken AI is 9x. That means the number of students has to be multiple of 9. Okay. So how many multiples of 9 are there? If you look at statement question 1, 270 is a multiple of 9, 90 is a multiple of 9, 210 is wrong, 60 is wrong. So we have eliminated 2 choices. This is what I mean by saying focus on solving the question. टेबल भरते भरते सवालों को ध्यान रखना है and you have to make sure you keep eliminating choices as you go along. Okay. Arya says couldn't understand how all CS was 7x. Okay. Arya, I'll just go back to that statement again. Statement number 2, Arya, एक बार देख लेते हैं फिर से. What the statement 2 says? The number of non-CS students who took either AI or ML. Arya, the number of non-CS students who have taken either AI or ML is nothing but 9x, 7x, sorry. Right? Because this is the total number of non-CS students. The number of non-CS students who have taken AI is 2x, who have taken ML is 5x, so total is 7x. So this has to be 7x, was equal to number of CS students. So he's saying the total number of CS students and non-CS students is the same. Okay. So Arya, I hope this clears the statement for you. Equal to number of CS students. Okay. Great. So Arya is clear. So let's go further. 2 statements done, but the second statement has also helped us eliminate 2 choices. Okay. So let's go further. Statement 3. The number of non-CS students who failed in the 2 courses were the same. Number of non-CS students who failed in the 2 courses were the same. So non-CS students, if they are Y students who failed in AI non-CS, they are Y students who failed in ML non-CS. Or the total number of students who have failed, non-CS students who have failed is 2Y. Okay. Was the same, and their total was equal to the number of CS students who got the C grade in ML. So the number of CS students who got the C grade in ML will have to be 2Y. Why? Because the number of non-CS students who failed in 2 courses, each is Y. That is same. So then the total will be 2Y is equal to number of CS students who got the C grade in ML. So number of CS students with C grade in ML will also be 2Y. Okay. So statement 3 taken care of. Statement 4. In both the courses, 50% of the students who passed got a B grade. 50% of the students who passed got a B grade. So 50% of the students who passed are getting a B grade, not total. So out of the 9x, if I remove these failures, out of the remaining 50% will come here. Similarly, out of these 12x students of ML, if I remove the failures, 50% of them will be, 50% of the remaining will be this part, which is B grade. So that is information which I don't have at this point of time. So I will hold on with this. What does it say? But while the number of students who got A and C grade was same for AI, number of students who got A and C grade was same for AI. So if this is A, this is also A. Okay. Okay. So these are same. And what will this be? This will be 2A. And this is something we don't know. Okay. This is something we don't know. So we can leave this statement at this point of time. But what I understood is these two are same, 50%. Or rather, This is 50% of those who passed, and these two are equal, so these should be 25% of those who passed. So I'll just ignore this statement at this point of time, okay, because there's not much I can do about it. I cannot use that information at this point of time in filling up the table. But guys, I hope my dog is not disturbing you. She's having a good time in the background. Yeah. Chalo, let's go further. They're saying they were in the ratio of 3:2 for ml. So statement 4, I am not able to use immediately. When I say not able to use, I cannot input data inside the table. तो इसलिए उसको छोड़ दिया अभी मैंने, थोड़ी देर में आके देखेंगे इसको. Statement 4 I have highlighted in yellow because ये वहां पे आके हमको देखनी है फिर से. Okay. Statement 5. No CS student failed in AI. No CS student failed in AI. So no CS student failed in AI. Very good. 0. And no non-CS student got the A grade in AI. No non-CS student got the A grade in AI. Very, very interesting. Why? Because I need to find how many students got the A grade in AI. All these students who have got the A grade in AI would be from computer science, because none of the non-CS students has got the A grade in AI. That means if I can get this number, I will get this number also. Okay. So I will get the answer to question number 4 also based on this statement. So this is a very interesting and very good statement for me. This is telling me if this is Z, this will also be Z. Okay. So we'll come to it in a minute. Okay. So no non-CS student failed in AI. Sorry, no CS student failed in AI. So this F is 0 out here. And no non-CS student got the A grade in AI. We have put that part also. So statement 5 is done. Statement 6. The number of CS students who got A, B, C grades respectively in AI were 3:5:2. Very, very interesting. Saying the number of CS students, let me just highlight that part. Number of CS students who got A, B, C grades in AI were in the ratio of 3:5:2. What is that telling me? It is telling me if this is 3, this is 5, this is 2. This is 0 in any case. So what is this 5? This is 50%. This is 30%. This is 20%. So out of these 7x, 30%, 3 out of 10, 30% of 7x will be 2.1x. This should be 2.1x. Right? This is going to be 2.1x. B grade is 50%. 3 plus 5, 8 plus 2, 10. 3 out of 10, 30%. 3 by 10 of 7. 5 by 10 of 7 is 50%, so 3.5x. And 2 by 10 is 20%, so 1.4x. Right? That means the total number of students who have got the grade A in AI will also be 2.1x. Isn't it? This will also be 2.1x. Now, what is question number 4 telling us? This tells me the answer to this is 2.1x. Do I know what is the value of x? Go back to question 1. Question 1 is telling me 9x is either 90, either 270 or 90. 270 is choice 1, 90 is choice 3. That means x should be equal to 30 or 10. Now, question number 4. If x is equal to 30, 2.1x will be equal to 63. And if x is equal to 10, 2.1x will be 21. That means the answer to question number 4 will be either 63 or 21. Anshika, this total will be 14x. Anshika, no, just go back to this. Anshika, you're missing out on one basic item. Let me highlight that part which you're missing out on. All first year students in computer science department take both the courses. And Anshika, if you take two courses, you do not become two people. Now you're still one individual. Okay. So back to the question. Okay. So if x is equal to 30, then the answer will be for 2.1x will be 63, and if x is equal to 10, 21. Look at the choice in question number 4. For answer for question number 4 can either be 63 or 21. Question number 4, 84 is a wrong choice, 99 is wrong choice, 42 is wrong choice. What am I left with? 63. If 63 is the correct answer here, that means this should be 270. I hope this is clear. Any doubts so far? That means this is 63. This is also 63 on the top, and 9x is equal to 270. So using question number 1 and 4, I have taken care of the question which were pertaining to AI. Okay. Now, just go back to what I said pehle. Do not focus on filling up the table. क्या मतलब? इसका मतलब है अब AI को भूल जाओ. AI से 2 ही क्वेश्चंस चाहिए थे ना मुझे. I am least bothered about these items now. Now, as far as I am concerned, these things I am least bothered about. मेरे को भरना ही नहीं है ये टेबल में. क्यों? क्योंकि relevant नहीं है. Now my focus has to shift to ML. Okay. So don't worry about AI at all. Your focus has to be on filling up the. There's not on the filling up the questions, filling up the table, but answering the question. 2 out of 5 questions we have answered, and hence I can now move on to the next stage. Okay, we can move on to the next stage, and which is ML वाले questions, because यहाँ तक AI का मेरा रिश्ता खत्म हो गया है. So what we have also found out is x is equal to 30 based on question 1 and 4. Okay. Okay, question statement 6 we have still not completed, so let's complete statement 6. Okay. While in ML the ratio was 4:5:2. In ML the ratio is 4:5:2. Of what? The number of CS students who got ABC grade in ML is 4:5:2. That means this is in the ratio of 4:5:2. That means if C grade in ML is 2y, C grade B grade in ML will be 5y, and A grade in ML will be 4y. Perfect. Okay. Now, anything else we can fill up? Whatever we can fill up, we can look at that also. So this is 7x is 210 because x is equal to 30, 12x is equal to 360. And again, I am repeating, I am not bothered about AI. Now I am focusing only on ML. मेरे को AI से कोई लेना देना नहीं है, बिकॉज से कुछ फायदा नहीं है मुझे अब. ओके, स्टेटमेंट 8 बहुत अच्छी है, पहले भर लेते हैं. 30 students filled in ML. Okay. Statement 7. The ratio of total number of non-CS students. Okay. We are talking about total number of non-CS students failing in one of the 2 courses. Okay. Number of non-CS students failing in one of the 2 courses, how much? 2y. Because these Y students are failing only in AI, and these Y students are failing in ML. So the total number of students who have failed in AI or ML are non-CS is 2y. The ratio of total number of non-CS students failing in one of the 2 courses to the number of CS students failing in one of the 2 courses was 3:1. 3:1, sorry. So, okay. Now, what is that number? We are looking at this one. Okay. The ratio of non-CS students failing in one of the 2 courses. So the total number of CS students, non-CS students failing in one of the 2 courses, 2y. This is this number 2y. Y plus y, 2y. This is the total number of students. To the number of CS students failing in one of the 2 courses. Number of CS students failing in one of the 2 courses is going to be, if I say this is Z, this will also be Z. Why? Because this is 0. Okay. So this is 2y is to, this has to be Z. But what will Z be equal to? Z will be equal to 2y by 3. Z has to be 1/3 of 2y. Okay. Z has to be 1/3 of 2y. Okay. Now, so what is the total number of failures? 30. If this is Z and this is Y, can I say Z plus Y should be equal to 30? Okay. After all, this is Z and this is Y. Z students of computer science failed in ML. Y students of non-computer science failed in ML. The total number has to be equal to 30. Okay. And what is Z? Z is 2y by 3. So 2y by 3 plus y equal to 30, which means 5y is equal to 90 or y is equal to 18. Okay. So if y is equal to 18, z will become, if y is equal to 18, what is z? Z is equal to 2y by 3. So this will equal 2 into 18 by 3, 12. You could have also done 30 minus 18 equal to 12. So z has to be equal to 12. I hope this is clear. And we have got one more answer in front of us. I'll just erase what is not required. You can just to clean up the slate so that we have space for working for the subsequent questions also. That means, what is the question now? How many CS students got grade F in ML? How many CS students failed in ML? Question number 2, the answer is going to be 12. Okay. Shubham, don't say, can you explain again? Tell me what is it, because there is possibly a time lag between when you give the question and when I look at it. So एक बार बता दोगे क्या repeat करना है? I'll repeat that, Shubham. Okay. So Shubham, I'll proceed, but as soon as you tell me what to repeat, I'll do that also. Okay. Chalo, let's continue first. Now what am I required to do? These two. Okay. Now out of 360, 30 have failed. Out of 360 students who are there in ML, 30 have failed. That means these three are going to be 330. Okay. Remember statement number 4, which we had highlighted and not used? Yeah. Okay. It says in both courses, 50% of the students who passed got the B grade. So out of 330 students who have passed, 50% is 165 have got the B grade. Right? 165 who have passed have got a B grade. Okay. But while the number of students who got A and C grade was same for AI, we have not used this. हमने तो question के हिसाब से ही कर दिया था. They were in the ratio of 3:2 for ML. So if this is 3K, A grade is 3K, then B grade will be 2K. Or what will be A grade? A grade will be 3 by 5 of 165. Because if B grade is 165, A plus C grade will also be 165. So 5 3s are 15, 5 3s are 33 into 3, 99. Right? So this becomes 99 students have got A grade. And what will be number of students have got a A grade in ML, non-computer science? It will be 99 minus 4y. What was y? Y was 18. Y is 18. So 18 4s are 72. So how much is this going to be? This is going to be 99 minus 72, which is 27. So 27, how many non-CS students got A grade in ML? 27. Okay. And 5y, 18 5s are 90. And what is this going to be? B grade in ML, non-computer science, 165 minus 90, 75. Correct answer, choice 4. So Zolo has a question. Shubham. Okay, Shubham. Okay. Okay. Zolo point view, Shubham, we have 3x. No, Shubham, we have Zolo point view, it is not 3x equal to 270. It is 9x equal to 270 or 90. Shubham, x is 30. Based on this last statement, we can say 9x is equal to either 270 or 90, and hence x is equal to either 30 or 10. Rest of the stuff is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So thanks you for explaining it to Shubham also. Yeah. But I hope this explains it to you. Now please look at this table. Have we filled up the table? No. We have not filled up the table at all. We have not done many things. I have written some of the things just to explain. Okay. Now look at this. More than half the table is not filled up, but we have answered 5 out of 5 questions. Now this is what we mean. यार बेकार में table भरने की मत सोचो. Now, had we not done this, but had we not looked at the question at all, had we not looked at what is it that we need to find, what would we have done? पूरा टेबल बनाते बेकार में और उसके बाद सवाल कहते. But please look at it. We have not, we have actually not even used some information. Let me highlight what is the information I have not used. Yeah. For example, this statement I have not used at all. Okay. Similarly, there's some other things. For example, so you can at least see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 significant amount of information we have not even table we have not filled up. And this is what we mean by jugaad. This is what students call jugaad. मैंने तो नाम इसलिए रख दिया क्योंकि students बोलते थे जुगाड़ है ये, तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, if everyone says this is jugaad, I'll agree with them. Okay. So any doubts about it? And this is, and again just to repeat, वापस जाके 1 मिनट ले लेता हूं मैं, और यही था. Did we use all information available? Yes, we used not only the information of the data, but also the question. So we used all information. We also focused on solving the question. We identified which are the questions to solve, or what are the cells which are important, kept on focus on that. And we did not fill up the table unnecessarily. We only filled up to the extent required, to the extent that at this point of time, when we have solved all the questions, we still have filled up less than 50% of the table. Okay. Is this fine with everyone? Any doubts, any questions? Yes, Zolo point view, second slide after Jugaad. Okay. Yeah. This slide. Okay. Okay. Just to repeat, you decipher the information given. You identify the information given in the question and identify what to focus on in the paper. Then you lay out the information. Okay. You tabulate the data. After that, you go towards solving it. As I said, most students start from D to सीधे R. बेवकूफी है ये. The right approach is D followed by I followed by L, and then you worry about solving the data set. Okay, so if there's nothing else, I will close this session. But before that, if there's anything specific you need to connect with us for, then this is there. In addition to this, अगर आपको मुझसे बात करनी है, my name is GP. I am available at gp@careerlauncher.com. And my phone number is 9811155160. I am available for anything which is academic. Okay? Something which is academic, I am happy to help. But और कुछ चाहिए कि कौन सा प्रोग्राम क्या है, that's a call you people need to take. But this is there. Okay, there's a question from Karan. Whenever I try solving like this, I often get confused with how to proceed. So Karan, first of all, when you're solving a set, you should not be rushing through it. One of the biggest problem I find is students are always a rush. कोई बात नहीं है, एक सेट कम करेंगे, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ठीक है, बट एक सेट कम करेंगे लेकिन ढंग से करेंगे. So if you notice, when we are solving the set, we did not at any stage rush to the information. जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी है is the ground rule that you have to follow. If it is going to take you 2 minutes extra, it is perfectly fine to give 2 minutes extra. And अगर जुगाड़ लगाओगे, टाइम बचेगा. Had you solved this data set by the conventional method, solving the complete thing, filling up the table, you would have wasted a lot of time. What we have done, we have cut down the time. This set in the exam, students who were following me were able to attempt this set in the paper in about 5 to 7 minutes. Okay? 5 to 7 minutes, you can do this set. And if you can save time by this way, why are you rushing through the data sets? आराम से करो, जल्दबाजी नहीं करनी है. ठीक है? Rashi says, how many sets should solve daily? Rashi, 2 to 4 sets every day is good enough. If you're starting for CAT, this is the first time you're taking CAT, Rashi, then 2 to 4 sets is fine. But every set has to be solved completely and analyzed and identified. See, कुछ जुगाड़ लग सकता है कि नहीं. Good sources to get CAT quality DILR. Zolo Point View. 2 sources. Actual CAT papers. CAT 17 to 24, every set is a gold mine for you. It is worth its weight in gold. Please make sure you have done all sets of CAT 17 to 2024, all of them. That is one thing. Second source is the career launcher test series, the mocks. Okay? That's the second source for you, which is of good source, because because this is where you'll get CAT quality or similar to CAT kind of data sets. Now take that with a pinch of salt, because CAT की quality क्या है, level क्या है, किसी को नहीं मालूम है. It keeps changing. It keeps changing on a regular basis. Okay? When I say regular basis, just go back to that part. Okay? Go back to this. You can be in 50% marks can be in this range. So if it's a very easy paper, you will be at 99.5 percentile with 50% marks. If it's a difficult paper, you will be at 97% percentile with 50% marks. So that's a variation which is there. So there's a level of difficulty keeps changing. Okay, but beyond that, there's nothing much you need to be worried about. The third source which you have is Career Launcher has a daily dose. So if you look at the daily dose, that's the third thing which is going to be useful for you. So 3 sources for you: CAT 2017 to 24 is the first source. Second, Career Launcher test series. And third, the Career Launcher daily dose. These are your 3 best sources, okay, from a CAT preparation perspective. Okay. Arya, see, please don't worry about, you just started preparing. This is DILR, unfortunately, तुमने कभी किया भी नहीं होगा शायद. While English and maths you would have studied in school, this is something actually new for you, DILR. So please don't worry about it. Go through the solution which is given. If you're a Career Launcher student, you would be getting video solutions also of every set. So please go through it and try to get the hang of it. In your classes, they will be teaching you also as to how to go about it. If you are not a Career Launcher student, if you're preparing on your own, you can go to what we call OpenCat. Okay? If you are a self-prep student, please scan this QR code and go and join OpenCat. OpenCat, all resources are free. Nothing is charged for. It has got concept building sessions, study material available, full length mocks, previous year's papers, and yes, my Jugaad solution of Quant and DIL are also there. So if you're a self-prep student, bhaiya ye pakka tumko hona chahiye, you should be definitely here. Okay? Just scan this QR code, get there, go there, register, and start doing it. Okay. Great. So Zolo point you very good. Be regular. Consistency is the key to doing well in CAT. सबसे बड़ी बेवकूफी जो कई बार स्टूडेंट्स कहते हैं कि they start doing it, they are full of enthuse when they start, they will put 6 to 8 hours and after 2 months they'll stop preparing. Do 2 to 3 hours every day on a regular basis. I don't want you to do 15 hours a day at all. If you're doing 15 hours a day, तुम अपनी जिंदगी बर्बाद कर रहे हो. Please remember you have to do your college. If you're a college student, please make sure you do well in your college also. Please make sure you go out for movies, play games, go out for sports, have fun also. CAT preparation is not like JEE. JEE का क्या मतलब होता है? 2 साल जिंदगी के राइट ऑफ कर दो. CAT के लिए ऐसा नहीं करना, प्लीज. जरूर भी नहीं है. If you're willing to put a couple of hours on a daily basis and maybe छुट्टी के दिन 4 hours, that should be fine. हाँ शुभम, ये जो है ना, people lose track of data points because आदत नहीं है. So you can note it down. If you are one of those who loses track of data points, then you can note it down on the side. Okay. Arya says, what is the right approach while analyzing solutions? Arya, the starting point for you, since you are saying you have just started preparing, just go through the regular way of solving the data set. And after that, you analyze it by saying, okay, which information in the question and the choices I could have used to solve. Secondly, go through the Jugaad and the video solution, which I'll be putting up for the test series as we go along. I have not started for this year. But yes, if you go to this previous year's papers or the Jugaad solution in OpenCat, you'll find quite a few of them. That should get you started. Okay? So just start. Don't look for a complete solution because you will come out with a solution for yourself. Okay? So just start the process and देखी जाएगी. उसके बाद धीरे धीरे करके you have ample time. You have almost 9 months with you, so don't worry. Okay? Okay. So guys and girls, any other questions? If there's nothing else, then I'll close the session and we'll meet again next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Okay. Great. Good night. All the best. Okay, so I'll close the session. I'll stop the screen share first of all. And yeah, good night. See you next time again.